Hello, I'm Sam Billetdeaux. I'm here at Friends for Life 2018. We've got one of CWD's faculty members next to me here, and he's a good friend of mine. Could you introduce yourself for us and tell us about your connection to Type 1?
Sure. My name is Jimmy Dodson. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. I was diagnosed at 19 years old in 1995 with Type 1, so I have Type 1. And this is, I think, my 12th or 13th year.
Excellent. And you are the leader at Sports Central, right?
My wife and I, Liz Dodson, are the leads at Sports Central.
Great. Could you tell us a little bit about what you do there, what the kids can expect to do, what some of the activities are?
Sure. So, Sports Central is kind of twofold in its expectations. One, it's a place for the kids to come play. So we have volleyball nets set up, a soccer field set up. We have a dance area set up, all kinds of things for them to play with. At the same time, it's also for them to be able to talk to other people with Type 1 athletes, just regular active Type 1s. And really the goal of Sports Central is to let the Type 1s, their families, their friends who are along for the conference, understand that activity is good for everybody, and just because you have Type 1 diabetes doesn't mean that you're limited to not being able to participate.
Absolutely. Well, outside of Friends for Life conferences, you're a pretty serious athlete yourself, right?
It's taken me a little while to get to the point where I would say I was a serious athlete.
Well, we're calling you a serious athlete here.
I've delved into several scenarios.
Can you tell us about some of the cool things you've done?
So, most people know me as an ice climber, and I also got into ice climbing via rock climbing. Long distance running, mountain biking, road cycling.
What's the longest you've run? What's the longest race you've done?
I've done several marathons. Most recently, I did the Dopey Challenge at Disney.
You're crazy.
The Dopey Challenge is a 5K on Thursday, a 10K on Friday, a half marathon on Saturday, and a full marathon on Sunday.
Just getting harder and harder.
Yeah, but there are people who run a lot farther than that in a single day.
So Jimmy, what is the one thing that you hope people take away from Sports Central with the work you're doing there?
The main goal is that they realize that everybody, Type 1, Type 2, or having no diabetes at all, that activity in life is an important aspect of, should be their daily life.
And what is the biggest thing you take away from your experience with Friends for Life?
The ability to see people I've seen for years, who I've become really good friends with, who I would have never had the opportunity to know prior. And to see the new families coming in and watch them learn during just the short few days that we're actually here. Because some of them come in newly diagnosed, some of them come in several years after they've been diagnosed. But everybody walks in here, whether you've been here 12, 20-ish years, and everybody takes something away in terms of there's always a new fact to learn, there's always a new piece of information, there's advancement in technology. So we all have something we can take away on top of the friendships that kind of draws a lot of us back year after year.
Keeps us coming back.
It does.
So you've gotten to work with a lot of really cool athletes across the spectrum over the years at Friends for Life. Who are some of the memorable folks you've got to work with here?
Oh, I mean, some of the first years that I was here, we had Chris Dudley, NBA basketball player.
He shut everybody down on the court.
Easily.
That's one of the fun things about Friends for Life at Sports Central. You get to actually participate with these folks who do this professionally, who are the best in the world, despite having Type 1. And you can throw down with Jimmy and Chris Dudley on the basketball court.
Yeah, we've had Phil Sutherland and Joe Eldridge from Team Type 1, now Team Novo, here for several years, and I'm really good friends with Joe, which is nice because we both cycled. We had that in common. And then we started bringing in the newer, more recent I'll say athletes, and a lot of those are the obstacle course athletes.
Oh yeah.
The adventure sports athletes on top of the old school, like, hey, I do ice climbing. We bring in the high altitude mountaineers. We bring in the actual adventure race folks. So this year we've got Colt Scott.
Who's Colt Scott?
Colt is one of the new Type 1s coming in this year who's recently been on Beastmaster. So Colt's a younger Type 1, but the kids are really excited to meet him already.
I can picture a lot of good poses with some beast faces and muscles bulging.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple new faces at Sports Central this year. We have Rodney Miller and Courtney Duckworth coming in to work with the kids. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect with them?
So I haven't met Rodney or Courtney yet, but what I know of Rodney from recent social media posts is that Rodney's one of the strongmen kind of Type 1s. So my wife, Liz, who helps run Sports Central, showed me this post of Rodney basically deadlifting a car. That's nuts.
Something we all do every day.
It's something like. Everybody says I'm a Type 1 athlete. I can't deadlift a car. So he should be fun to have around there. And Courtney, what I know about Courtney is Courtney's another long distance runner.
Okay.
Type 1 seems to attract long distance runners just because it's an easier learning curve in terms of management in a lot of cases, but a lot of people branch out from that and start doing other activities. And so it's always nice to talk to long distance runners because that's my fallback. When I'm bored with everything else, or I'm struggling or tired of everything else, it's nice just to fall into a pattern of running.
Excellent. Well, Jimmy, thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I'm looking forward to seeing you through the halls of the convention center this week.
Thank you, Sam.